Hi guys, happy holidays to everybody. Today we're here with my son and with my daughter Eddie and Sophia, and we'll be doing a little session today on pinpoint versus platform on the serve, and a couple of suggestions maybe to help out you coaches and you parents out there who are working with under 12 players, and how to keep kind of things simple at this age and ensure that there's a good efficiency and a good rhythm to what they do. So we'll be doing a couple exercises today and checking that out. So hope you guys enjoy today's session. Yeah, that's perfect, Eddie. Nice full swing. Try to add a bit of height, guys, for the warm-up so you can slow it down. That's better. Up. Good. Good, Sophia. Much better. Those two arms are working much better together. Good. Up. Drop shot. So just a good little tool. You can find these kind of tools. You can build these kind of tools as well with using a sock and a couple balls on the inside, but you can also buy them. There's different types, different kinds. What I like about this, it creates a little bit of the feeling of the racket head that's a bit heavier, and it creates a little bit of a drop, and it's good for the rhythm of the swing. So I've been using this with the kids for many years, just to kind of get them the rhythm and the feeling of letting the racket drop in the back and then going up. Also very important is the elbow position that's always up at this point and moving forward. It's going to help get the full extension of the arm. That for a while, huh? Okay, make sure you're extending your arm fully up. And the left arm, pretend you're tossing the ball. Imagine visualizing a toss. Yeah, good. Toss. Good. And you don't want your head to be moving around the place too much, so just try to stabilize your head. Good. Very good. Very good. So there's the rhythm of the racket. Obviously, that's very important at this point in time. You want to ensure under 12 years old that the kids have the right grips by now. So this is really important, which is not our situation. We're good with the grips now. Two different types of preparations. Obviously, you can prepare abbreviated, the straight up, where we see some of the players like Roddick back in the days kind of getting it up a little bit quicker. Garcia in the women's tour, Iga Swiatek. We've seen a lot of these Stan Wawrinka kind of guys that are just abbreviating straight up the racket and being able to hit. We even saw guys like Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner doing this as well. But we also saw them tweaking the racket head up above the hand, but we also saw a lot of these guys tweaking the lag of the hand down. So this also is a really good, important part of the serve too, is when you feel like this is there, the tossing starts first, and then the racket kind of comes and catches up, so you get a little bit more of that whippy feel, right? Is there anything that's right and wrong in what we've talked about? I don't think so. So what I think is really important at this age is to discover your serve. There's not one serve on tour that's exactly the same. Everybody has some fundamentals that are respected, but everybody has their own style to it. And I think it's really cool for you guys to find your style before you're 12 years old. So just working with, you know, the racket being abbreviated versus the hand lagging, trying the two and working and experimenting on those, and platforming and pinpointing and kind of tweaking around with those. The height of the ball toss will be influenced based on what we're working on differently. So abbreviated, you might have a lower ball toss. When you're lagging, you might have a little bit of higher ball toss to give yourself the time to get there. But these are all things that we can work and develop, and there's no right or wrong right now at this age. I think it's just being open-minded to learning and trying different things and experimenting with it. Sounds good? We're just gonna toss it and we're gonna let it drop now. You guys can have your rackets in your hands. And the goal is, like, if I had to put my racket down, yeah, it would be somewhere around there, and it would be able to come into the racket roughly, okay? Okay, now, making mistakes is part of learning. So when you put the ball too far back, you need to release it earlier. If it's too far in front, you need to release it a little bit later. Okay, so just figuring that part of the serve out. Good. If it's a little bit to the left, buddy, try to make the correction and bring it to the right a little bit. Good. So you're gonna be like this. Yeah, and we're just gonna work on serving from the knees here. So this will help a little bit support the back knee. So you're here like this, and you're just kind of feeling like we're serving here like this, okay? So creating that little bit of a toss and hit kind of feel. That's very good, Eddie. Yeah, or you can start there or start regular if you want to. That's excellent, Eddie. You made that look real good. Right now you're going with what feels right, what feels natural, guys. That's always really important when you're developing your serve. That's really good, Eddie. Good, Sophia. Thanks, guys, for making that exercise look really good. The challenge, obviously, is stabilizing the toss and having really complete control of the upper body where the legs are isolated so they can't do any chasing. I like the way we're progressing with this, guys. So let's go up to your feet. And what we're going to do now is you're going to simply just kind of start hitting, but without using the legs yet. We're not going to use the ground, and then we'll talk about the pinpoint and platform to finish off the day today. Why do we use our legs? What's the purpose of the legs in the serve? To create power. Okay. So when I don't have my legs, what am I working on? Upper body being just rhythm, efficient, and timing. Okay, just having the good timing without using any power. So you can notice that right now, if I'm just serving like that, I'm serving like I'm cutting through the butter, like really easy, really smooth. I'm not trying to force anything at all. Okay, and that's kind of your goal right now, just to feel it properly and hit your targets. Good, stabilize your legs though, buddy. I don't want to see the back leg coming forward yet. Good. It's not about being right or wrong right now on one of them. It depends how you feel. And what's pretty much fun with the two of you guys working together today is I think Eddie prefers the pinpoint right now, and I think Sophia prefers the platform and the pinpoint. So let's give a little look at both. If I wanted to just serve from this position and just kind of be platformed out, okay, I can serve like that. That's one option. I also prefer the pinpoint. I've been able with time to experiment the platform better, but I also prefer bringing my toe forward and getting the jump. I always feel like I get a bit more pop on it, but again, it's very personal to you guys. And when I was a young player, I was messing around with the two, trying to figure out which one was best for me. So you'll notice that Sophia went straight with the pinpoint. So she'll bring that back leg to the front leg and push off, which demands a little bit more coordination. And then we'll notice with Eddie here that he's going to be working a little bit more on the platform where his feet are kind of staying a little bit more stable. Eddie's got a year and a half younger than Sophia, so very good, Eddie. Very good, Sophia. So it gives you two examples of, kids that are coming from the same house with, coaches working with both of them, but I will not necessarily teach them in the same way. And I think this is a really important message for all parents and coaches out there is each player has their own unique style. And I think this needs to be respected and developed and not try to do the famous cookie cutter where everybody's got the exact same looking swing throughout 200 players at an academy, because this means that you're forcing a lot of players to not be natural. We can see the clear difference between platform and pinpoint, which is really cool today, guys. But what I'd also like to see is the landing, okay? So when I land, whether I'm going from the platform or whether I'm going from the pinpoint, I'm always landing on that left foot and that right leg is always up in the air, right? So let's just try to work on that landing position. Okay. Let's push it a little step further. I land on this foot. Normally I let the other foot come and then I can kind of be like this and be ready for the next shot, right? So can you guys do me the recovery after your serve now? Land on the left, let the right come forward. Okay, a little bit more dynamic with the right foot coming forward after. So watch this, guys, quick. Give it a little look. I land, okay? If I put my foot here, how do I come back? I can, but I'm gonna come backwards. So I wanna feel like I let the weight come forward and I use that momentum to come back in place, okay? That's it. Very good, guys. Okay, so quick little wrap up. Okay, so the objective, first of all, high five, because I think you guys did a super good job. Always a pleasure being on court with the kids. If you're under 12, you're a child, you're working on your game, you're developing your serve, those are some progressions you can do to work it out, because obviously the toss and the rhythm of the racket are really important at that age. Then we talk about the pinpoint and the platform. I suggest to start with platform for everybody who's who's just getting to going, it's going to be easier. It's going to be less busy, less things working around. Sophia, we did a progression a month ago where we brought her back to platform, and now she's kind of moving back to Pinpoint again, and we might be going back and forth with that. If you notice, Alcaraz and Sinner between 2022 and 2025 made that tweak consistently throughout the year, sometimes for a month or two Pinpoint, another month after platform. So you could see them at Australian Open doing a Pinpoint, and you could find them at Indian Wells in March, April doing a platform, and it was mixing up and changing with the time like that. So just be open-minded to be prepared to go backwards if you have to go backwards to a platform, and then moving to Pinpoint, or just staying in the platform because that's really what's most comfortable for you guys. Yeah, great job guys today. Really fun to have you guys out there. Can I get a little hug from you guys? Because yeah, you don't know. All right, good job guys today.